this is DJ T, and welcome back to the next episode of Speak On It. So if you've been watching, you know that everything that I talk about has to deal with leadership, success, and what I call the art of winning. And so typically when we think about those topics, we are thinking about tips and tools and resources and networks and things outside of ourselves that will help us to be successful. But the reality is that we have to first do some internal work, and it's my theory, right? It's my belief that without doing some internal just reflection, we cannot be successful or great leaders. And that internal reflection begins with identifying our personal values, our core values, our non-negotiables, the things that are most important to us. Those will become our compass, right, in a really tough storm. Those will determine the decisions that we make. And so in this video, I want to share with you a few of my core values, how I found them, discovered them, and I want to give you some tools on how you can discover your own. So I'll just start by saying that I don't think that I truly developed my own set of core values until my early 30s, right? And that's not that long ago, but I'll share two of them with you: justice and excellence. Those are two that are central to everything that I do. So justice, right? It burns me up to see something that is unfair or unequal or unjust. And that goes back to when I was a kid. I would see somebody get picked on or bullied, and I could not stand by without saying something or doing something, right? And so as I think about the things that make me the most angry, right, it is directly connected to something that I value, and that's justice, right? You see those signs on the train that say, if you see something, say something. That resonates with me, right? And surprise, surprise, my video blog is called Speak On It because I believe that you have an obligation to use your voice, right, to make change. And so if you see something, say something, use your voice. And so justice is one of my core values. Now it's probably some of the things that I saw, but it's also came from some things that I experienced as a woman, right? I have experienced injustice as an African-American woman. I've experienced that as a young person, once a young person, right? I've experienced some of that. And so it is deeply rooted in my set of experiences, lived and unlived. And so as a result of that, that leads me actually to my other value of excellence, right? I heard a quote once by Jesse Jackson, and maybe it was reiterated by Oprah, I don't know, but I'll never forget it. And it went something like, excellence is the best deterrent to racism, right? And I'll say that again, excellence is the best deterrent to racism. And that just resonated so much. And, you know, as a young person hearing that, I thought, okay, yep, you can discriminate because I'm black or I'm a woman, but guess what? I'm gonna be the very, very best, right? And so you're gonna choose me because I'm the very, very best. And it won't even matter, right, what color I am or what gender I am, because guess what? People wanna win, and you want the best people on your team. And so excellence is something that I value tremendously in everyone around me, but certainly is a personal value of mine. So how do you develop your own set of personal values, your own set of core values? Some people would suggest that you take out a list, right? If you Google, you know, core values, personal values, you will see a list. They will generate them. There's probably 100, 200, maybe 300 different words. I wouldn't suggest that you actually start there. I actually want you to do some self-reflection first, right? By asking yourself 3 questions. The first question is similar to what I mentioned before. What makes you angry, right? If you think about the thing that just sets you on fire every time, what is that? Right? Think about 2 or 3 things. Are there commonalities there, right? And just start writing down the words, right? Words to that. What's underneath it? What are some words that describe your anger and where that comes from? The second is think about a big decision that you had to make where you were weighing a couple of options and ultimately you had to choose one thing over the other. How did you decide? What did you use as a factor? What was your rubric, if you will, for how you made that decision? That'll probably lead you a little bit also to what you value. And so write that down. You'll probably start to see some things. And the opposite of anger is what makes you happiest, right? What fulfills you more than anything? What would you do without, being paid? What is that? And write that down. I think when you write down some of those and take inventory of those 3 things, then pull out that list, and then you'll start to see words that map to those experiences, and then you have language to give to what your set of core values are. Most people know what's important to them, but oftentimes haven't taken the opportunity to do the reflection and actually put language to it. And so these questions will actually guide you to actually put the language to it. And so I think it's helpful to have that in front of you, just like a company has their set of core values on their wall. And ideally, it's the thing that guides them. It's how they select their team. It's how they do business. It shows up in their policies and practices, right? It is the thing that guides everything in that business, in the same way that it should guide everything that you do in your life. And so it's that important. So now I want you to speak on it. I want you to share with us, what are some of your core values? How did you develop or discover those core values? If there's anything that you want to share, put them down in the comments. Shoot me an email at djtspeaks@gmail.com. And with that, I want to leave you like I always do, and that is just a reminder that your voice has the power to change the world. So find something that you are passionate about and speak on it. Have a good one.